Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers get ready to take on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo. Yesterday, the Lopers were able to prevail here at Rawlings Field after a 3-2 win, thanks to a controversial balk that scored a run for the Lopers in the top of the ninth. The Lopers today are facing the Thunderwolves, and it is Game 3, which is the rubber match of this series. And before we begin here today, let's read the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Nebraska Kearney. Leading off is center fielder number 32, Brandon Landanger. Batting second is third baseman number 9, Danny Droll. Batting third is left fielder number 5, Anthony Pacheco. Batting fourth is catcher number 24, Max Ayub. Batting fifth is designated hitter number 31, Kyle Honeycutt. Batting sixth is shortstop and Colorado native number 30, Connor Messinger. Batting seventh is first baseman number 6, Brandon Beckel. Batting eighth is right fielder, sophomore number 1, Brent Kirsch. And rounding out the Loper order is second baseman number 3, Kobe Roaming. On the mound for the Lopers today is senior right-hander number 13, Ross Mortensen. For Colorado State-Pueblo, their lineup looks like this. Leading off, center fielder number 23, Jordan Godman. Batting second is shortstop number 2, Austin Mascaro. Batting third is first baseman number 24, Dominic Bragar. And batting fourth is right fielder number 34, Mike Wagner. Batting fifth is catcher number 9, Shane Fessel. Batting sixth is third baseman number 21, Manny Menacall. Batting seventh is left fielder number 6, Lawrence Chavez. Batting eighth, and your designated hitter for the Thunderwolves, number 31, Bo Sobolski. And batting ninth, second baseman number 1, Daniel Vigil. On the mound today for Colorado State-Pueblo is Victor Soto. Our umpires for today's game behind the plate is Jason Starkovich. And in the base paths will be Jeffrey Maxey. These umpires are from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. We're getting ready for first pitch here in Pueblo, Colorado. We'll be right back with the national anthem in first pitch. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com.
Daniel Vigil. And pitching from Medford, Texas, number 7, Victor Soto. Thunderwolves are coached by assistants Travis Humphrey, Mike Massaro, Mike Sanchez, Brett Humphrey, Brian Falsetto, and Eddie Williams. And head coach of the Thunderwolves, Stan Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you all please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor our country and our troops with the playing of the national anthem.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers getting ready to take on Colorado State-Pueblo here in Game 3. Colorado State-Pueblo took the first game by a final score of 7-6. And yesterday, the Lopers were able to prevail in a 3-2 victory in the top of the ninth here at Rawlings Field. As we get ready for first pitch here, let's set the defense for the Thunderwolves. In left field, number 6, Lawrence Chavez. Center field, number 23, Jordan Godman. And in right field is number 34, Mike Wagner. In the infield, starting at third base, number 21, Manny Menacall. Shortstop, number 2, Austin Mascaro. At second base will be number 1, Daniel Vigil. First base is occupied by number 24, Dominic Bragar. Behind the plate for the Thunderwolves is number 9, Shane Fessel. And on the mound is right-hander Victor Soto. And do it for the Lopers here in the top of the first. Leadoff batter number 32, Brandon Landanger. Batting second will be third baseman number 9, Danny Droll. And then left fielder number 5, Anthony Pacheco. As the final pitch is thrown by Victor Soto for the warm-up. So we're going to get ready here as Brandon Landanger is going to step into the box. And Landanger does his usual pre-pitch routine. Will now step into the box, tap the plate, and we're ready to go here from Rawlings Field. Soto hops up on the mound. He's got his sign. Here comes the first pitch, and it'll be swung at by Brandon Landanger, and it'll be a line drive to the third baseman, Manny Menacall. Menacall will grab that one for out number 1. So first pitch swinging here from Brandon Landanger will be the first out of the game. And now that'll bring up third baseman, number 9, Danny Droll. Droll, a senior on this Loper squad, steps into the box. Soto ready. Here's the pitch. Swung at. This one is driven deep into the power alley here at Rawlings Field. It's going to get down in the gap, and it's going to hit off the wall. Droll digging towards second. He's going to round second, and the throw is offline a bit, but Droll going to stick at second. So a one-out double here for the senior, Danny Droll. And now we're going to see three-hole hitter number 5, Anthony Pacheco, come to the plate. Droll, a senior out of Penrose, Colorado, in his final season here with the Lopers. Pacheco steps into the box. He looks down at third base coach Damon Day. He'll now bring his right foot into the box. He's set. Left-handed Pacheco against the right-handed Soto. Soto set. Checks once, checks twice. On Droll, here's the pitch, and then fastball in the outer half for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Pacheco back into the box. Soto set. Here's the pitch, and an off-speed pitch driven to the right side of the field. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, Vigil. He'll lob it over to the first baseman, Bragar, for out number 2, but meanwhile, Danny Droll will advance to third base. And now cleanup hitter number 24, Max Ayub, will come to the plate. Ayub yesterday got an early RBI in the first inning thanks to a ball hit to right field that hit off Mike Wagner's glove, and it scored Brandon Landanger. So the Lopers got an early 1-0 lead yesterday, looking to do the same here today. Ayub in the box. Soto set. Here's the pitch, off-speed outer half for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The Lopers today wearing their baby blue caps, baby blue jerseys, white pant, and the usual hiked-up blue sock. Colorado State-Pueblo, on the other hand, wearing their red caps, red jersey, white pant. And here comes the pitch from Soto. It's low, blocked behind the plate by the catcher Fessel, and the count is now even at 1-1. 2 down, and the runner at third is Danny Droll here in the top of the first. Soto's got his sign. He's set. Checks the runner at third, Droll. Here's the pitch. This one is lined into the outfield. It's going to split the left fielder and the center fielder as Max Ayub is going to dig for second. He'll have a double, which will score Danny Droll, and the Lopers have a 1-0 lead early here in the top of the first. And now time is called as Max Ayub will run over to third base coach Damon Day and hand him his elbow shield. He'll now hustle back to second base, and that'll bring up designated hitter number 31, Kyle Honeycutt. Honeycutt in the box. Here's the pitch from Soto. Fastball on the inside for a strike, and the count is 0-1 early to the designated hitter, Honeycutt. Honeycutt, a junior from Omaha, Nebraska. As he steps back into the box, Victor set. Here's the pitch. Off speed. This one's going to be roped into the outfield. Head coach Damon Day wheeling. Max Ayub home. The ball is going to get through the cutoff. Max Ayub slides in safe. Kyle Honeycutt will advance to second on the throw. So an RBI single here for Kyle Honeycutt. And the Lopers now ahead 2-0 here in the top of the first. A couple of 2-out hits for the Lopers give them 2 runs. And now with a runner at second, we'll bring up shortstop number 30, Connor Messinger. Messinger doing his pre-pitch routine will now step into the box. Victor Soto, the pitcher, has his sign. He's set. Here's the pitch to Messinger. Fastball at the knees for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Messinger, another Colorado native here on this Nebraska Kearney lineup. He's from Niwot, Colorado. As he steps back in the box, here's the pitch from Soto, swung at by Messinger up the middle. The shortstop Mascaro is going to make the play. He'll throw it over to first baseman Dominic Bragar for out number 3. So the Lopers get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Your score after a half inning, the Lopers 2. The Thunderwolves coming up. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbick here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo. The Lopers score 2 runs in the top half of the first as they lead 2-0. Here, let's set the lineup here for the Lopers. In left field is number 5, Anthony Pacheco. Center field, Brandon Landanger. In right field is sophomore number 1, Brent Kirsch. In the infield, starting at third base, senior number 9, Danny Droll. At shortstop is Connor Messinger. Second baseman, number 3, Kobe Roaming. And at first base is number 6, Brandon Beckel. Behind the plate for the Lopers is number 24, Max Ayub. And on the mound for the Lopers is a senior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 13, Ross Mortensen. As we're ready here in the bottom of the first, the leadoff batter, number 23, Jordan Godman will step in. And here's the first pitch from Mort to Godman, and it's a fastball away for a ball, so the count early is 1-0. Mortensen, a tall, lanky right-hander, throws to the left-handed hitting Godman on the outer half for a strike, and the count will now move to 1-1. Godman comes into today's game leading the Thunderwolves in batting average. He is hitting .476 as the third pitch to Godman is outside for a ball, and the count is now 2-1. Godman, 21 at-bats, 10 hits, has scored every time he has gotten a hit. He has 5 RBIs on the season. So here's the 2-1 pitch to him. It's low for a ball, and the count will now move to 3-1. On deck for CSU Pueblo is shortstop number 2, Austin Mascaro. Godman back into the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen. This one will be lined into center field as Brandon Landanger will camp under it to make the catch for out number 1. As Mascaro will now step in. Mascaro yesterday, 1 for 3. He walked twice. And he comes into today with a .350 batting average. Mortensen has his sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the inner half for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Mascaro back in the box. Mortensen starts his windup. Here's the pitch. Ball high. And we're now even at 1-1. Mort in the windup. Here's the pitch. This one will be popped behind. Foul. And now Mortensen will get ahead in the count at 1-2. Mascaro, a senior infielder from Oxnard, California. Measuring in at 5'6". As here comes the 1-2 pitch from Mortensen. Swung at and missed by Mascaro for strike 3. And there's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. And now stepping into the box for the Thunderwolves is the first baseman, number 24, Dominic Brager. Brager hitting .348 on the season, has started in every single one of the Thunderwolves games thus far. As the first pitch from Mortensen to Brager is the ball outside, and the count is 1-0. Brager, a junior, hometown faithful from Pueblo, Colorado, as he steps back into the box. And here's the pitch, ball low. And the count will now move to 2-0. Brager, a big left-handed hitter. Will now step into the box. Mortensen going to start his windup. Here's the pitch, another ball. This one on the outer half, and the count will move to 3-0. To the 3-hole hitter, Brager. Brager steps in into the back of the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen at the knees, and the umpire's going to call it a ball. So 3-hole hitter Dominic Brager is going to head down to first, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 34, Mike Wagner. Wagner, the right fielder today for the Thunderwolves. And he comes in today hitting .364. He has also started in every single one of Colorado State Pueblo's games. Mortensen said he'll check the runner at first. Here's the pitch. This one roped down the line. High fly ball. It's going to get out of here. So the Thunderwolves are going to tie the game thanks to a home run by the cleanup hitter, Mike Wagner. A 2-run shot down the left field line. And we are back to even here in the first. As Wagner celebrating with his teammates before he heads back into the dugout. And now we'll bring up catcher Shane Fessel. Fessel yesterday was the designated hitter. And he went 1 for 4 as the first pitch to Fessel is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. 2 down, nobody on, and we're tied here in the bottom of the first, 2-2. Here's the pitch from Mortensen. This one's going to be roped down the right field line, foul, and Mortensen now ahead 0-2. Fessel back into the box. Mortensen will begin his windup. Here's the pitch. This pitch is high for a ball, and the count will now move to 1-2. Mortensen, the pitch, off speed inside. Fessel has to move out of the way, and we're now to even at 2-2. Fessel, a junior from Aurora, Colorado, now steps into the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen, and a half-hearted swing from Fessel. The umpire will say he went for strike 3, and so the Lopers, we thought we were going to get out of it, but a 2-run home run from the cleanup hitter Mike Wagner ties the game here in the bottom of the first. You're listening to Lopers Baseball on Lopers.com. Your score, Lopers 2, Thunderwolves 2. We'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo. So in the first inning, the Lopers scored 2 in the top half to take an early 2-0 lead. But in the bottom half of the inning, the Thunderwolves scored 2 thanks to a 2-run homer from Mike Wagner. Now stepping into the box for the Lopers is the first baseman, number 6, Brandon Beckel. And the first pitch to Beckel from the pitcher, Victor Soto, is swung at and missed. So the count 0-1 early. Beckel steps back into the box. Here's the pitch from Soto on the outer half for a strike. And Beckel in a hole now, 0-2. Beckel, a junior transfer from Northeastern Junior College here in Colorado. He hails from Berthoud, Colorado. Here's the pitch. This one bounced way in front of the plate. Shane Fessel, the catcher, able to block it. And the count is now 1-2 to the right-handed Beckel. Beckel hops back into the box. Soto taking time to get his sign. He's now got it. He begins his windup. Here's the pitch swung at and missed by Beckel. So the first out will be a strikeout. And now we will see sophomore right fielder number 1, Brent Kirsch. Kirsch hails from Omaha, Nebraska. So he steps into the box to face Soto. Here's the pitch. Kirsch flashes bunt. He'll pull back. Ball low, and the count is 1-0. Kirsch back in the box. The big leg kick from Soto. Here's the pitch. This one will be grounded to the shortstop, Mascaro. Mascaro going to throw it over to first. Bragar's got it for out number 2. And now we'll see senior from Canyon, Texas, second baseman number 3, Kobe Roaming, come to the plate. With 2 down and nobody on. The right-handed Roaming steps into the box to face the right-handed Soto. Here's the pitch. This one will be swung at, roped down the right field line, and it'll get foul. So the count is 0-1. Roaming, adjusting his batting gloves and his arm shield, will now step back into the box. Tap the plate. He's ready to go. Soto on the mound. He's got his sign. Begins his windup. Now the pitch. This pitch on the outer half for a ball. And the count will now move to even at 1-1. Roaming steps into the box quickly. Now Soto's got his sign. Here's the pitch. This one, an off-speed pitch, will bounce in front of the plate for a ball. And now Roaming ahead, 2-1. The Lopers, led by head coach Damon Day, assisted by Chris Hodges, Logan Willard, and Marcus Clapp. As here comes the 2-1 pitch to Roaming. This pitch is high for a ball, and the count is 3-1. Colorado State-Pueblo is led by head coach Stan Sanchez. Sanchez in his 21st season with the Thunderwolves. As here comes the pitch from Soto. This one on the outer half for a ball, and Roaming will hustle down to first. So the Lopers have a base runner here with 2 down. And now that'll bring up leadoff batter number 32, Brandon Landanger. Landanger in his first at bat, first pitch swinging, hits a line drive to the third baseman, Menacall. Menacall able to grab it. And Landanger was the first out of the game on the first pitch. As he steps into the box, lefty-righty matchup. As here's the pitch from Soto. This one will bounce into the dirt. Roaming, heading towards second. Fessel will throw it down to Mascaro. And Roaming will take second on the wild pitch from Soto. So now a runner at second with 2 down and a 1-0 count to the leadoff batter, Landanger. Landanger back in the box. Roaming. Decent lead over there at second. Soto now set. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the outer half for a strike, and the count will now move to even at 1-1. Cold day here in February. 31 degrees at first pitch. Is now Soto is set. Here's the pitch to Landanger. Landanger going to swing at this one. It's going to get foul down the left field line. And so now Landanger down 1-2. Landanger in the box. The toes of his feet touching the inside white line of the batter's box here at Rawlings Field. Victor got his sign. Doesn't even check Roaming at second. Here comes a pitch off speed. This one will be popped up foul down the left field line. Third baseman Manny Menacall hustling over there. And the count will stay at 1-2. The Kearney native back into the box here. And Soto toes the rubber. He'll step off the back and reset, and now steps back in. He's set, has a sign, checks Roaming twice. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball, and we're back to even at 2-2. Roaming back into the box once again here. Gets ready for the 2-2 pitch. Big leg kick from Soto. Here's the pitch. This one will be fouled behind. And the count will remain at 2-2. Landanger yesterday, 2 for 5. No RBIs, and he did strike out once. As he hops back into the box. Soto set. No one covering second, and Soto will do an inside move to second. Roaming hustles back. And we'll reset here for the 2-2 pitch. Roaming, decent lead. Soto set. Big leg kick. Here's the pitch. This one swung at by Landanger. It'll be popped up to the shortstop, Mascaro. He'll catch it for out number 3. So the Lopers, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Your score after an inning and a half, UNK 2, Colorado State-Pueblo 2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky here with you. We are in the bottom of the second. Score is tied at 2 apiece. The Lopers strand 1 runner in the top of the second, and now we're going to see third baseman Manny Menacall for the Thunderwolves step in. To face pitcher Ross Mortensen. Mortensen's got his sign. The leg kick, the pitch. This one's going to be popped up foul behind the plate, and the count is 0-1 early to the third baseman, Menacall. Menacall back into the box here. Taps the plate twice. Touches the top of his helmet, and here comes the pitch from Mortensen. This one high for a ball. And the count will now be even at 1-1. Menacall yesterday was 0 for 4. He did walk once. Here's the pitch. This one, an off-speed pitch, low and away. And so the count is now 2-1. Menacall ready for this next pitch. As Mortensen's got his sign, begins his windup. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be roped into the gap between center field and right field. Brandon Landanger going to feel that he's going to throw it in. No one covering in second as Manny Menacall going to move to second. So a leadoff double here for the Thunderwolves to begin the bottom of the second. And now we're going to see left fielder Lawrence Chavez come in. And time is called as catcher Max Ayub out talking to his pitcher Mortensen. Ayub back behind the plate. Chavez does his pre-pitch routine. He'll now step in. Mortensen's got his sign. He's set. Checks once on Menacall at second. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be bunted foul by Chavez. So the count is 0-1 to the left fielder. Chavez looks down to third base, gets his signs from his coach, will now step into the box. Mortensen set. Will check once at Menacall, now twice at Menacall. Now here's a pitch, and Lawrence Chavez was showing bunt. He'll pull back. 1-1 count now to the Thunderwolf left fielder. Chavez getting his signs will now step back into the box and get ready for this 1-1 pitch. Mortensen set. Chavez shows bunt. He can't get it down as it'll get past him for strike 2. And the count now 1-2. Chavez coming into today's game hitting 143 and has started in every single one of the Thunderwolves games thus far. Mortensen set. Checks once, checks twice. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be bunted with 2 strikes. Mortensen going to field it in front of the mound. He'll throw over, and it's going to get over the head of the first baseman, Brandon Beckel. And Chavez going to run all the way to second here, so a run will score on the overthrow by Mortensen. And the sacrifice bunt turns into an error as Chavez will move to second. Menacall will score. And now time is called as Max Ayub is going to call all the infielders in on the mound to have a conversation here. Thunderwolves take a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the second, and the home plate umpire is going to head out there, and he's going to break up the conversation between the Loper infielders, and they'll all head back to their positions. As now we're going to see designated hitter Bo Sobolski. Sobolski, the designated hitter today, has caught in the first 2 games of this series. Sobolski steps into the box facing the right-handed Mortensen. Mortensen set. Runner at second. And none down here. The pitch, it's low for a ball. And the count is 1-0 to the right-handed Sobolski. Some action down in the Loper bullpen as number 25, Chris Severs, has gotten up. And he's playing catch with the bullpen catcher, Jake Durant. Here's the pitch from Mortensen off speed at the knees for a strike, and the count will move to even at 1-1. Sobolski comes into today's game hitting .235, making his 6th start of the season out of 7 games for the Thunderwolves. Mortensen set, checks once, checks twice on Chavez at second. Here's the pitch, fastball in the outer half for a ball. And the count is now 2-1. Sobolski back into the box. Mortensen has his sign. He's set. Here comes the pitch. Runner going to third. Ayub swing and a miss. Ayub throws it down to Droll. Droll unable to catch it. If Droll catches that one and puts a tag down, I think Lawrence Chavez is out. But instead, it rolls away from Droll, so now a runner at third, and a 2-2 count to the designated hitter, Cebulski. Cebulski back into the box. Mortensen has his sign. He comes set. Checks the runner at third. Now here's the pitch. This one's going to be swung at down the right field line. It's going to get foul. And so the count will remain at 2-2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Thunderwolves lead UNK by a score of 3-2 here in the bottom of the second. Runner at third, and here's the pitch to Cebulski. This one's going to be fouled towards the Loper dugout. And we'll do it all over again at 2-2. Bo Cebulski back into the box. Mortensen, the pitch. Strike three called on the outer half as Mortensen powers a fastball by Cebulski for out number one, and we'll see the 9-hole hitter number one, Daniel Vigil, come to the plate. Vigil started at second base yesterday. He went 1 for 2. He struck out once. And now Mortensen set. Here's the pitch to Vigil. This one, a fastball in the outer half for a ball. And the count 1-0. Vigil has appeared. This is his 5th appearance in a game, his second start. And he's hitting 200 on the season. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be bunted and double bunted as it will go into foul territory. But while Vigil is running down the baseline, it'll hit his bat. And head coach Damon Day is going to come out and talk to the home plate umpire, who is Jason Starkovich. Vigil was out of the box. The ball was bunted fair, and then it hit Vigil's bat as he was heading down the first base line. And head coach Damon Day going to head back to the dugout. Starkovich is going to put his mask on. He's going to head back behind the catcher, Ayub, and we're ready to go here. Vigil in the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen. This one swung at, fouled behind. And the count will remain at 1-2. Vigil steps back in. Runner at third, one down here in the bottom of the second. The pitch from Mortensen. This one's going to be swung at to second baseman Kobe Roaming. Roaming, it hits off his glove. And now Vigil, no one goes and gets the ball after it hits Roaming's glove. It'll roll into the outfield. Vigil will stay at first, as it looked like he wanted to head to second. So a run will score on the infield air from Roaming. And now pitching coach Marcus Clapp's going to head out and talk to Ross Mortensen. So your score is 4-2 on the air by the second baseman Roaming. Vigil, the runner at first, and now Marcus Clapp's going to call all the infielders in here. And a long conversation out there as Jason Starkovich, the home plate umpire, is going to let this conversation work its way through. And now he's going to head out to the mound, and he's going to join the conversation with the Loper infield. Pitching coach Marcus Clapp breaks up the conversation. He'll head back to the dugout, and the Loper infielders will head back to their positions. Bottom of the second, 6 runs already scored here today at Rawlings Field. The score is 4-2. 2 errors this far for the Lopers. Results in 2 runs. And now we'll see the leadoff batter for the Thunderwolves, Godman, step into the box. Godman in the box. Mortensen settled. Check the runner at first. Here's the pitch. And Godman's going to show bunt. A pitch on the outer half as he pulls back will be a ball. And the count is 1-0 early to the center fielder, Godman. Godman gets his signs. He steps back into the box. One down, runner at first. Mortensen set, checks over his shoulder at the runner. Here's the pitch, off speed, high and away. Max Ayub pops up from his crouch position, looking to throw it down to first base. He'll hold on to it, and the count is 2-0 to the leadoff batter. Godman quickly hops back in. Mortensen set the pitch at his knees for a strike. And Godman still ahead 2-1 here. Godman's got his sign, does his pre-pitch routine. He'll hop into the box. Mortensen, the pitch. This one swung at, fouled away as the runner at first, Daniel Vigil, was on the move there. He'll have to hustle back to first. And the count now even at 2-2. Jordan Godman, the center fielder, a junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. And the left-hander will step back into the box and await this 2-2 pitch from Mortensen. Here it comes. Fastball fouled away and will remain at 2-2. Still some action down in that Loper bullpen as Chris Severs is now throwing some warm-up pitches. Godman back in the box. Right-handed Mortensen, the pitch. This one's going to be grounded up the middle. Kobe Rumming, the second baseman, feels that he's going to flip it over to Messinger for out number one at second, and the throw to first is not in time, so Godman going to beat it out on the fielder's choice. And with two down, we'll see the two-hole hitter, Austin Mascaro. Mascaro gets his signs, adjusts his batting gloves. He'll now step into the box with a runner at first and two down. Mortensen set, checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be swung at through the 5-6 hole. Godman going to round second. He's going to head to third. So a base hit there by the two-hole hitter, Austin Mascaro. Will reach into left field. Godman going to reach third. And now we're going to see the three-hole hitter, first baseman number 24, Dominic Brager. Max Ayub steps out in front of the plate, gives some signals to the Loper infield, and now will crouch down behind the plate as we await the first pitch of the at-bat to Dominic Brager. Two down, runners at first and third. Here's the pitch from Mortensen, a fastball away for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Brager back in the box. Here comes the pitch from Mortensen, fouled into the Loper dugout. And now the count will move to 0-2. Brager in his first at-bat walked. Now steps in, down 0-2 to the pitcher Mortensen. Here it comes, ball high. And the count now 1-2. The sun's starting to pop out here at Rawlings Field. As the first pitch, it was cloudy and 31 degrees. We are now warming up here. As the ball is low, it's going to get away from the catcher, Ayub. So Austin Mascaro, the runner at first, will advance to second. Godman felt it didn't get away from Ayub enough, so he'll stay at third. And now with a 2-2 count and two down, there's runners at second and third for the three-hole hitter, Dominic Brager. The big lefty will step into the box facing the right-handed pitching Mortensen. An emergency swing on a off-speed pitch at his eyes for strike three, so three down. So two runs on two hits, two errors, and two runners left on base here in the bottom of the second. Your score after two innings, Colorado State-Pueblo 4, the University of Nebraska at Kearney 2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. The Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo here today in Game 3. The Thunderwolves take Game 1 by a final score of 7-6 here at Rawlings Field. And yesterday, the Lopers able to win 3-2. So the rubber match is underway here as we're in the top of the third inning. And stepping in is two-hole hitter, third baseman number 9, Danny Droll. And the first pitch from Soto to Droll will bounce in front of the plate for a ball. In the count now, 1-0 to the senior from Penrose, Colorado. And the pitch is up the middle. Great play by the second baseman, Vigil. He'll throw over to the first baseman, Bregar, for out number 1. And Vigil makes a backhanded play up the center of the diamond behind second base. He turns and will throw it to the first baseman, Bregar, for out number 1. And now we'll see the three-hole hitter, number 5, Anthony Pacheco. And the first pitch to Pacheco is away for a ball. And the count is 1-0. Pacheco, a native of Kearney, here in his junior season with the Lopers. As a left-handed Pacheco steps in to face the right-handed Soto. Here's the pitch. And this one will bounce in front of the plate for a ball. So the count now 2-0 to the three-hole hitter, Pacheco. Pacheco fixes his helmet, will now step into the box. Soto ready. Here's the pitch. This one's low, so 3-0 to Anthony Pacheco. And on deck for the Lopers is a cleanup hitter, number 24, Max Ayup. As here comes a 3-0 pitch to Pacheco. This one down the middle for a strike. And the count will now move to 3-1. Pacheco in his first at-bat and grounded out to second base. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss from Pacheco. So now the count is full with one down and nobody on here in the top of the third. Pacheco back in the box. Here comes the payoff pitch from Soto. Off speed. This one's going to be roped into center field. A base hit as Pacheco is going to round first. He's going to head back, and now a base runner for the Lopers here with one down in the top of the third. Pacheco starts the at-bat off 3-0, goes down to full, and then ropes an off-speed pitch into center. You hang him, Pacheco's going to bang him. And now that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 24, Max Ayup. Ayup at the plate. This one is going to be popped up into right field. The right fielder, Wagner, hustling to it. It's going to get down foul. And the count is 0-1 to the cleanup batter, Ayup. Ayup catching today for the Lopers. Plays a little first and plays a little outfield also. But he has caught in every single game so far this weekend. Ayup 1 foot in the box, looking down at head coach Damon Day for his signals. Now does his pre-pitch routine. He'll step into the box, tap the plate a couple times. Pacheco, short lead over there at first, and Soto going to do a jump turn pickoff. We'll lob it over to the first baseman, Bregar. Pacheco back safely, and we'll reset here for the 0-1 count. Ayup ready, Soto set. Here's the pitch. This one's high for a ball, and the count is 1-1. Ayup in his first at bat doubled to left center field. As here comes the pitch to him, he'll foul it away. And now Ayup down 1-2. That double in the first inning gave Ayup an early RBI. And now a double here with the speed of Pacheco at first. Could cut. the Thunderwolf lead down to 1. It's Ayub's back in the box. Soto set. Here's the pitch, a fastball low for a ball. Pacheco thought about heading towards second. He's just going to hold up at first. And so the count will now move back to even at 2-2. Ayub getting his signs. Coach Day claps him back into the box. Ayub taps the plate. He's now ready. Soto's got his sign. He's set. He checks the runner at first. Pacheco. Here's the pitch. This one is a fastball on the inside for strike 3. Ayub caught looking. And that'll be out number 2 for the Lopers here in the top of the third. And now Kyle Honeycutt will come to the plate. Honeycutt had an RBI single in the first inning, which scored Ayub. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. And now with Pacheco at first and 2 down, he steps in. This one is popped up. First pitch swinging for Honeycutt into center field. Jordan Godman's going to camp under it and make the catch for out number 3. So the Lopers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Your score after 2.5 innings. The Lopers 2, Colorado State-Pueblo 4. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo. CSU Pueblo leads the Lopers 4-2 here as we head to the bottom of the third. And 4-hole hitter Mike Wagner will step to the plate. Wagner had a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first to tie the game, and the first pitch to him is going to be hit back to the pitcher, Mortensen. Mortensen was ready to throw it over to first before he caught the ball, so the ball will bounce off of his glove. And Wagner's going to be safe on the air by the pitcher, Mortensen. And now with none down, the Thunderwolves have a base runner as catcher Shane Fessel will come to the plate. Fessel steps into the box. He's catching today, was the designated hitter yesterday. Here's the pitch from Mortensen on the outer half for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Fessel was ready to step back into the box, then steps back out and points towards the third base coach to repeat the signs. He'll now step back in. Runner at first is Wagner. Here's the pitch, a bunt from Fessel. It's going to get foul. And the count will now move to 0-2. Now, yesterday we saw the Thunderwolves bunt with 2 strikes. And today we saw the leadoff batter, Jordan Godman, bunt with 2 strikes. So the bunt sign could still be on here from the designated hitter, Fessel. Here's the pitch to Fessel. This ball is outside. And the count is 1-2. In his first at bat today, Fessel struck out. But yesterday, he was 1 for 4. As he steps back in, here's the pitch from Mortensen inside, the runner going. And Wagner, the big right fielder for the Thunderwolves, is going to take second. That pitch was a ball, so the count is now 2-2. And just to give you an idea of how big Wagner is, Wagner, a 6-foot senior from Golden, Colorado. He probably weighs about 250 pounds. And a swing and a miss from Fessel for strike 3. So There's out number one here in the bottom of the first. And now we're going to see the third baseman, Manny Menacall, step into the box with a runner at second and one down. Menacall, in his first at bat today, doubled to left center field, and he now steps in with an RBI opportunity at second. Here's the pitch from Mortensen, off speed, low for a ball. And the count is 1-0 to the third baseman, Menacall. Menacall back into the box. Mortensen checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch, off speed on the outer half for a strike. And the count is now even at 1-1. Menacall, a junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's 5'9", 150 pounds. Here's the pitch, off speed. This one, he'll wait on. It'll be popped up to right field. It's going to get foul. And the count now 1-2 to the third baseman. Menacall has a Nebraska connection. He spent his first 2 seasons of college at McCook Community College in Nebraska. As he steps back in, Mortensen set the pitch inside for a ball, and the count will now move back to even at 2-2. Wagner gets off second. Menacall back into the box. Mortensen set, doesn't even look at Wagner. This pitch, a fastball low. And we're now full here with one down. Menacall hops in. Mortensen checks the runner. Will now come to the plate off speed. This one will be fouled towards the Loper dugout. So we'll do it all over again with a full count. Menacall steps out of the box. He takes a couple swings. Will now hop back in. Mortensen hasn't even towed the rubber yet, and Wagner's off a second. He stares him down for a minute. Will now hop up onto the pitching rubber, gets his sign. Here comes the pitch, and a ball low and away. So now runners first and second here with one down here in the bottom of the third. And now left fielder Lawrence Chavez will step in. The Thunderwolves have played a lot of small ball so far this weekend, so expect a bunt here from the left fielder Chavez. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Chavez looks down to his third base coach for his signals. Will now step into the box. Wagner, hefty lead over there at second. Mortensen checks him out twice. Here's the pitch, off-speed low. Max Ayub able to keep it in front. And the count will now move to even at 1-1. Chavez in the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen, off-speed, outer half. And it looked good, but the umpire's going to say, no, sir. And it'll be a ball. So the count 2-1 to the right-handed hitting Chavez. Chavez doing his pre-pitch routine in the box. Here's the pitch from Mortensen. Fastball on the inside for a strike. And the count will move back to even at 2-2. Chavez, a senior outfielder from, if I can read this correctly, Estancia, New Mexico. As he steps back into the box, Mortensen checks Wagner at second. Here's the pitch, fastball in the outer half for a ball. And now Mortensen, with runners at first and second, in trouble as he has worked Chavez to a full count. Chavez in the box. Here's the payoff pitch. Wagner running this one, roped down the left field line. It is going to get foul. So we'll do it all over again at 3-2. But if that ball gets down, I imagine that the runner from first would also score. The runner at first is Manny Menacall. But it gets foul, and we'll do it all over again with one down and a full count. Mortensen set, checking the runner at second. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be grounded to the third baseman, Droll. Droll going to step on third. He's going to throw it across to the first baseman, Beckel. And Beckel unable to scoop it as the ball is low. And here comes Manny Menacall around third. Mortensen covering the plate. He'll tag Menacall at the plate. And holy cow, a wild play, a ground ball to Droll. Droll steps on third, launches it across low. Beckel unable to scoop it as the ball gets behind the first baseman. And the catcher, Ayub, will throw the ball to the pitcher, Mortensen, at the plate, where he will tag out Menacall. So a double play at that. And the Lopers are able to get out of there without any damage. So your score after 3 innings, the University of Nebraska at Kearney 2, Colorado State-Pueblo 4. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you as we're at Rawlings Field. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. The Lopers down right now as we head into the top of the fourth, 4-2. And the shortstop, Connor Messinger, is going to step into the box. And here's the first pitch from Soto to Messinger. Messinger shows bunt. He'll foul it behind. And the count is 0-1 early to the Colorado native. Messinger regroups, takes a deep breath, will now step into the box. Victor Soto, the pitcher for Colorado State Pueblo, will throw this one, and it'll be fouled away. So the count 0-2 to the shortstop, Messinger. Messinger steps back into the box. Soto is going to step off the mound and readjust the turf rubber. Will now step back on. Here's the pitch. It's low for a ball. And the count is 1-2. Messinger in the box. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch low and away as the catcher, Shane Fessel, had to block it. So the count back to even at 2-2 to the shortstop, Connor Messinger. Soto ready right away. Here comes the pitch. It's low. So the count now full to the shortstop, Messinger. On deck for the Lopers is the first baseman, number 6, Brandon Beckel. And Beckel looks like he got his foot stepped on there on that final play of the third inning as he's on the end deck circle. Here's a pitch to Messinger up the middle for a base hit as center fielder Jordan Godman will field it. And so the Lopers have a leadoff base runner here to start the top of the fourth. And now the Berthound, Colorado native, Brandon Beckel, will come up to the plate. He's getting his signs from head coach Damon Day right now. Coach Day will end his signs with a clap. Beckel will step into the box with a runner at first and none down here in the top of the fourth. Soto set. He'll pick over to Messinger. And Messinger back safely. And so we'll reset here for the 0-0 pitch. Soto set. Looks at Messinger at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Beckel. That pitch was above his head, and a hit and run was on there as Messinger will take second. And a huge swing there from Beckel to save his teammate Messinger. So now 0-1 with a runner at second and none down for the Lopers here in the top of the fourth. Messinger gets off. Inside move from Soto. As Soto will hop back into the pitching rubber. And now Beckel will step back in as we get ready for this pitch. Big leg kick from Soto. Here it comes. This one's going to be fouled behind. And the count now 0-2 to the junior, Brandon Beckel. Beckel does his pre-pitch routine, will now step into the box. Soto set. Checks Messinger once, twice, 3 times. And here's the pitch to Beckel. Swung at and missed for strike 3. So Beckel goes down swinging for out number 1. And now we'll see sophomore right fielder Brent Kirsch come to the plate. Kirsch will hop in to the box. Soto set. Here comes the pitch. Off speed in the dirt low. Fessel unable to find it as it gets away from him. Connor Messinger will stay at second. So 1-0 to the right fielder, Kirsch. Kirsch, 5'9", 170-pounder from Papillion, Nebraska, will now step into the box. Soto, the pitch. This one's low for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Kirsch, in his second season with the Lopers, went to high school at Papillion La Vista South. A lot of success in the biggest class in Nebraska for Kirsch as he has 2 state championships. Here's the pitch. Strike as Kirsch was showing bunt. And so the count now 2-1. Kirsch hops into the box once again here as he gets ready for the 2-1 pitch from Soto. Here it comes, a fastball. This one will be roped back to the pitcher, Soto. Messinger was trying to go to third, and now Soto is going to get Messinger in a pickle. Messinger going to be tagged out, heading back to second by the shortstop, Mascaro. And so now 2 down here and a runner at first. Senior Kobe Roaming stepping into the box for the Lopers. Soto set, checks Kirsch at first. Here's the pitch. That pitch is high for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Roaming checking his signs from head coach Damon Day will now step into the box. Roaming walked in his first at-bat. As here comes the 1-0 pitch to him. It's away for a ball. And the count 2-0. His time is called. And the CSU Pueblo coach is going to head out and talk to his pitcher, Soto. And pitching coach Travis Humphrey is going to hustle back to the Colorado State-Pueblo dugout. So here we go. 2-0 the count. 2 down and a runner at first for the Lopers here in the top of the fourth. Roaming steps in. Soto set. Here's the pitch. This one a strike on the outer half. So the count 2-1 to the senior from Canyon, Texas. Roaming back in the box. Soto's got a sign he's going to pick over to first base. Kirsch back safely. And so now Roaming's going to reset here and get ready for the 2-1 pitch. Roaming yesterday was 2 for 3 in the win over the Thunderwolves, as the next pitch will be low for a ball. And now Roaming has worked the count to 3-1 with the leadoff batter Landanger on deck. And Roaming steps in. And right as he steps in, he's going to call time and hop out. He'll adjust his batting gloves and now back into the box. Here's the pitch from Soto. This one's going to be swung at and fouled behind. So the count is full with 2 down, and expect Kirsch, the runner at first, to be on the move here. Roaming back in the box. Soto set. Kirsch on the move. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 on the inside. And that looked like a ball as Kobe Roaming moved out of the way of that one. But the umpire's going to call it a strike for out number 3. So the Lopers get a couple runners on, but fail to score them. Your score after 3.5 innings. Colorado State-Pueblo 4, the Lopers 2. We'll be right back. You're listening to Lopers Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbick here with you at Rawlings Field. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. The Lopers today taking on Colorado State-Pueblo, a former Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference rival here today. In this rubber match of the 3-game series, the Lopers fall in the first game 7-6, but battle back yesterday with a 3-2 win. And now here today, the Lopers trail the Thunderwolves 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. New pitcher here for the Lopers. It's going to be right-hander number 25, Chris Sievers. Sievers is going to face the designated hitter, Bo Sobolski. I thought we were ready to go, but home plate umpire is going to call time. And now he'll throw his mask back on and head behind the dish as we get ready for the first pitch from Sievers to Sobolski. Here's the pitch to Sobolski. It's high for a ball, and the count is 1-0 early to the big right-handed Sobolski. Sievers set. Here's the pitch, and a ball on the outer half, so the count will now move to 2-0. Sievers, a 6'4", 195-pound junior from Loveland, Colorado. As the 2-0 pitch to Sobolski is a fastball inside for a strike, so the count is 2-1. Severs spent his first 2 seasons of college at Northeastern Junior College, along with Brandon Beckel, Jacob Dittman, and Josiah Lindstad, as the 2-1 pitch is high, and the count will move to 3-1. Now, Severs, a smart kid majoring in professional chemistry. As here's the 3-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike, and the count is now full. When Severs is not in class or not practicing or playing baseball, he is at the job at Chamberlain Indoor Facility studying, as he has been seen there from about 6 p.m. to midnight every night, as the pitch to Sobolski will be fouled away, so the count full with none down here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the payoff pitch from Severs. It's a strike at the knees. He got him. So Sobolski goes down looking for out number 1. And now 9-hole hitter Daniel Vigil will step into the box here for the Thunderwolves with 1 down. Severs begins his windup. Here's the pitch, and a fastball just below the knees for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Vigil back in the box. Here's the pitch from Severs, outer half for a ball, and the count now moves to 2-0. Severs the pitch away, so the count now 3-0. Severs comes into today's game. He's made 1 appearance, and that appearance was a start. He comes in with a 2.70 ERA, and here is the 3-0 pitch to Vigil. It's across the knees for a strike, and the count now 3-1. Excuse me. And the ball low here in the 5th pitch of the at-bat. So Vigil will head down to first, and now we will see the the leadoff hitter, number 23, John Godman. Severs, to this point, has pitched 3 1/3 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 earned run, has walked 3 and struck out 3, now has walked 4 and struck out 4. Here's the pitch to Godman, and it's across the knees for a strike, so the count 0-1 to the leadoff batter for the Thunderwolves. Severs has a sign. He'll check the runner at first. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be popped up into left field. The question is, will it be fair or foul? And it'll drop foul, as Pacheco and Droll were hustling over to it, but it kind of landed in between them, and it lands foul. So the count 0-2 to the leadoff batter, Godman. Severs has his sign. Checks once, checks twice at the runner at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's high for a ball, and the count now moves to 1-2. Godman back in. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outer half. So 2 outs and 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 4th for pitcher Chris Severs. And now we'll see the 2-hole hitter, shortstop number 2, Mascaro. Mascaro, coming into today's game, was hitting .350. And the first pitch to him is a ball, so the count is 1-0 to Austin Mascaro. Severs said he'll pick over to first. Vigil back. And now Severs will hop back up on the mound. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's low. Ayub able to block it. Vigil will stay at first. And the count is 2-0. Severs set. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's across the knees for a strike. And the count will now move to 2-1. Mascaro looks down to third base to get his signs from coach. Now steps into the box. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. And the count 3-1. And time is called here now as catcher Max Ayub is going to head out to the mound and speak with his pitcher, Chris Sievers. 3-1 count. 2 down, runner at first here in the bottom of the fourth. Lopers trail the Thunderwolves 4-2. As now Sievers will toe the rubber. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be lined into center field. Center fielder Brandon Landanger will make the catch for out number 3. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Thunderwolves here in the bottom of the fourth. Your score after 4 innings, Colorado State Pueblo 4, the Lopers 2. You're listening to Lopers Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. The Lopers trail the Thunderwolves right now 4-2 as we head to the top of the fifth, and leadoff batter Brandon Landanger will be up for the Lopers. Landanger steps into the box. Here's the first pitch from Soto. It's up at the letters of Landanger. He'll swing away and miss for a strike, so the count is 0-1 to the center fielder, Landanger. Here's the next pitch. This one will be swung out and missed once again from Landanger. So Landanger down in a hole 0-2 to start the top of the fifth. Soto has his sign. Here's the pitch. This one's away and low for a ball. And the count is 1-2 to the leadoff batter, Landanger. Soto checks his sign. Here's the windup, a high leg kick, the pitch. This one's going to be rolled over to the second baseman, Vigil. Vigil going to bobble it as he had to move to his left to make the play. It'll hit off the edge of his glove and roll away from him. So Brandon Landanger going to be the leadoff runner at first here with none down. And the 2-hole hitter, Danny Droll, coming to the plate. Droll yesterday, 2 for 4. Will step in here with none down. Soto set. Here comes the pitch to Droll, off speed, up high. And the home plate umpire is going to call it a strike, so the count is 0-1 to the senior, Danny Droll. Once again, our umpires here today behind the plate is Jason Starkovich, and in the field is Jeffrey Maxey. Both these umpires are from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, as Soto is going to pick over to first. Landanger back safely. And we'll reset here for the 0-1 pitch. Landanger, decent lead over there at first. Here's the pitch. This one's going to get bunted down the line, and the pitcher, Soto, is going to hustle over and catch it while it's still in the air for out number 1. So Danny Droll unable to get the bunt on the ground to advance Landanger. So 1 down here as the 3-hole hitter Pacheco will come to the plate. Pacheco 1 foot out of the box, checking his signals from head coach Damon Day. He'll now step into the box. Soto set. He'll check Landanger at first. Now here's the pitch. This one high and a little inside to Pacheco. Pacheco will stand in there, and the count is 1-0. Pacheco fixes his helmet. Will now step back in. Runner at first and 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. This one is low for a ball. And the count is 2-0 to the 3-hole hitter Pacheco. Anthony yesterday 0 for 4. Struck out once. He does have a base hit on the day today. Here's the pitch from Soto. This one is a strike on the outer half. And the count now 2-1. Pacheco in his first at-bat grounded out to second baseman Daniel Vigil. And in his second at-bat, hit a line drive into center as he's back in the box. Here's the pitch from Soto. This one's going to be swung at and fouled down the first base line. So the count is even at 2-2 to the 3-hole hitter Pacheco. Pacheco fixes his batting gloves, gets his signs from head coach Damon Day, will now step into the box. 2-2 count. Soto set. Here's the pitch. This one's going to dip low into the dirt. Shane Fessel, the catcher, able to keep it in front and hold Brandon Landanger at first. So the count full here to the left fielder, Pacheco. Pacheco looks at his bat in concentration, will now step into the box. Here's the full count pitch to Pacheco. That's going to be high for a ball, so Pacheco will walk. And now with runners at first and second, we're going to see the cleanup hitter, number 24, Max Ayub. And time is called now as catcher Shane Fessel is going to head out and talk to his pitcher, Victor Soto. And home plate umpire Jason Starkovich is going to head out there. He's going to break it up right away. And now Shane Fessel is going to head back and crouch down behind home. Ayub steps in with runners at first and second and 1 down. Victor Soto set, checks the runner at second. Now here's the pitch. This one's going to be low. It's going to get away from the catcher, Fessel, and Landanger decides not to move up as it got out of the batter's circle here at Rawlings Field. But Landanger is going to hold at second, so 1-0 count to the catcher, Ayub. Ayub double in his first at-bat and struck out looking in his second at-bat. As here's the pitch, and it's on the outer half for a strike. So the count 1-1 to the senior from Grand Island, Nebraska. Ayub back in the box. Here's the pitch from Soto, and it is low for a ball. Shane Fessel had to drop to his knees to block that one. And the count 2-1 now to the cleanup hitter, Ayub. 1 down, runners at first and second. Runner at second is Brandon Landanger, and the runner at first is Anthony Pacheco. Soto set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Max Ayub. And that'll bring the count back to even at 2-2. Ayub back in the box, 2-2 count, 1 down. Here comes the pitch from Soto. Swing and a miss from Max Ayub. Kind of an emergency swing as it looks like he got crowded a bit. And now 2 down will bring up designated hitter number 31, Kyle Honeycutt. Honeycutt has an RBI single today. That happened in the first inning. Here's a pitch, and it's across the letters for a strike, so the count is 0-1. Honeycutt singled in the first and flew out to center field in the third. 0-1, runners at first, 2 down. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be lifted high into right field. Right fielder Wagner is going to hustle to it near the foul line. He'll make the catch for out number 3, and the Lopers unable to capitalize with 2 runners on with 1 out. So your score after 4.5 innings, Colorado State-Pueblo 4, the Lopers 2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field as the first baseman, Dominic Bragar, is going to step in. Lopers taking on Colorado State Pueblo. The Thunderwolves lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the first pitch from Chris Sievers to Dominic Bragar. This one hit a mile high in the air as left fielder Anthony Pacheco is going to hustle in and make the catch for out number 1. And now Mike Wagner coming to the plate. Wagner hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the first to tie the game at 2. And he now steps in, facing the right-handed Sievers. Here's the pitch. This one's high for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Sievers set. Here comes the pitch. It's a strike at the knees, and the count will now move to even at 1-1. Wagner home run in the first, and in the third, reached second on an error. As here's a pitch. This one's going to be popped up on a bunt. Pitcher Chris Sievers is going to hustle over. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And now the catcher, Shane Fessel, coming to the plate. Fessel, a junior from Aurora, Colorado. 5'10", 195 pounds. Is the first pitch to him is going to be the outside corner for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Fessel catching today, was the designated hitter yesterday in the Thunderwolves lineup. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Sievers. Home plate umpire is going to say it's on the outer half for a ball. And the count will now move to 1-1. Sievers ready. Here comes the pitch. This one is low and away for a ball. So the count now moves to 2-1. Fessel hops right back into the box. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Sievers, the pitch. This one's a fastball in the outer half for a strike, so the count now back to even at 2-2. On deck for the Thunderwolves is the third baseman, number 21, Manny Menacall. As here comes the pitch. Swung at and missed by the catcher, Shane Fessel, for out number 3. So Chris Sievers able to hold the Thunderwolves in check. No runs on no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. Lopers are still down, though, 4-2. You're listening to Loper Baseball here on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky with you here at Rawlings Field. Spencer Levicki next to me today. He's doing my statistics for me. Thank you, Spencer. You've been a great help so far today. The Lopers, as we head to the top of the sixth, are down 4-2. As the shortstop, Connor Messinger, is going to step into the box here to start the top of the sixth. On deck is first baseman number 6, Brandon Beckel. And time call on the field here is Victor Soto, the pitcher for CSU Pueblo. Stands on the back of the mound and tucks his jersey in. He'll now toe the rubber, and we get ready here for the first pitch of the 6th inning. Here it comes. Messinger will watch the first pitch. It'll be a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Messinger wastes no time getting back into the box. The pitch from Soto is away for a ball. Gets past the catcher the catcher Fessel. And the count now even at 1-1. Messinger in the box. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Soto. This one's going to be lofted. Foul as third baseman Manny Menacol is going to hustle over. He won't be able to make the catch as it leaves the yard. And the count 1-2 now to the shortstop Messinger. Messinger on the day is 1 for 2. He has a single, which happened back in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be lined into center field. Jordan Godman going to camp under it. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And Messinger put some smoke on that one as Godman had to run in a few steps, but he was able to make the catch. And now first baseman Brandon Beckel will step into the batter's box. Here's the first pitch to Beckel. This one low, gets away from Fessel. And the count 1-0 to the Berthound, Colorado native Brandon Beckel. Here comes the pitch to Beckel. It's low, so the count will now move to 2-0. Beckel is 0 for on the day. He has struck out twice. Looking to get on here to avoid the third strikeout as this one's going to be popped up foul. So now Beckel still up, but the count is 2-1. Soto on the mound. He's got his sign. Here comes the pitch to Beckel. This one up above the letters for a ball. And now the count will move to 3-1. On deck for the Lopers is a sophomore right fielder, Brent Kirsch. Soto set. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outer half. So now the count will move to full to the first baseman, Beckel. Soto with the payoff pitch. This one's going to be lofted into center field. Godman going to hustle back a few steps. He'll come in now a few and make the catch for out number 2. And now Brent Kirsch comes to the plate with 2 down in the top of the 6th. The 8-hole hitter here today for the Lopers, as he started in right field yesterday. Here's the pitch from Soto to Kirsch. This one's going to dip low and away for a ball. And it's 1-0 early now to the right fielder, Kirsch. Soto's got his sign. The windup, the pitch. This one's going to be chopped to the third baseman, Menacall. Menacall going to field it, throw it over to the first baseman, Bregard, for out number 3. So the Lopers down in order in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Your score after 5.5 innings, the Lopers still trail the Thunderwolves 4-2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. The Lopers trail the Thunderwolves right now, 4-2, as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Chris Seavers still on the mound here for the Lopers. And the first batter up here for Colorado State-Pueblo will be the third baseman, Manny Menacall. And the first pitch from Seavers to Menacall is going to be lofted high in the infield, heading into foul territory. Brandon Beckel, the first baseman, able to camp under it and make the catch. So a quick 1 out here for the Lopers in the bottom of the 6th. And now we'll see the left fielder, number 6, Lawrence Chavez. Chavez has reached on an error both times so far today, as he steps in to face the big right-hander, Seavers, as the first pitch to him is high and inside for a ball. And the count is 1-0. Here's the pitch from Seavers. Chavez shows bunt. It's going to be high for a ball, as Chavez is going to pull back the bat, and the count is 2-0. Here comes the pitch from Seavers, and it's low below the knees. So 3-0 as Chavez was showing bunt there again. And now Seavers looking to throw a strike here. On a 3-0 count to Chavez. Chavez shows bunt. Here's a pitch right down the middle for a strike. And the count will now move to 3-1. Here's the pitch from Seavers. It's low and away for a ball. So a 1-out base runner here for the Thunderwolves. And now we'll see the designated hitter, number 31, Bo Sobolski, come in. Sobolski yesterday had a home run, a solo shot, which tied the game early in the 3rd inning, as he steps in now with a runner at first and 1 down. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a off-speed pitch on the outer half for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Sobolski was the catcher yesterday, designated hitter today. He swapped positions with Shane Fessel. Seavers set. He checks the runner once, now twice. Here's the pitch. It's low. Ayub able to keep it in front, and the count will move to even at 1-1. Sobolski back in the box. Here comes the pitch from Seavers. It's on the ground. to the shortstop, Messinger. Messinger going to step on second himself. He'll throw it over to the first baseman, Beckel. So a double play to end the bottom of the sixth for the Lopers here, as they are able to keep the Thunderwolves off the board once again. That's the fourth straight inning, but they're still down. Colorado State Pueblo 4, UNK 2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. While you were away, we had a pitching change for the Thunderwolves. It is the tall right-hander, number 46, Daniel Tassone. Tassone, making his second appearance of the season, has pitched 2/3 of an inning thus far, has not given up a hit, has not given up a run, nor has walked or struck out anyone. As he steps in to face the 9-hole hitter for the Lopers, Kobe Roaming. Tassone, a junior, hails from La Habra, California. Played his first 2 years of college baseball at Fullerton Junior College. As Roaming steps in, and here's the first pitch of the game from Tassone, and it's across the letters for a strike, and the count is 0-1. The 6'2", 230-pounder on the mound will bring the 0-1 pitch, and it is low for a ball off speed, and the count will now move back to even at 1-1. Roaming back in the box. Tassone has his sign. Now here comes the pitch. This one's going to be swung at by Roaming and fouled, as head coach Damon Day is going to take 2 hard steps towards it like he's going to make a play, and then decides to back off. So the count 1-2 to Roaming. Roaming does his pre-pitch routine, now steps in. Here comes the pitch from Tassone. It's an off-speed pitch on the outer half for a strike. And that is Roaming's second strikeout of the day. And it'll come in the top of the 7th with none down. So with 1 down now, we'll see the leadoff batter, Brandon Landanger. Landanger does his unique pre-pitch routine. Will now step into the box and prepare from the pitch from Tassone. Here it comes, and it's a fastball on the outer half for a ball. And the count is 1-0. A late kick from Tassone. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled behind and drop into the Loper dugout. So the count even at 1-1. 1 down, nobody on. Lopers trail the Thunderwolves 4-2. Here's the pitch and a swing from Landanger. It's going to be on the ground to the second baseman, Vigil. Vigil going to lob it to the first baseman, Bragar, for out number 2. And the Lopers looking to get something going here in these last 3 innings. Is now 2-hole hitter Danny Droll will come to the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Droll steps in to Sohn. Has his sign. Here's the pitch. This one is at the letters for a strike. And the count 0-1 early to the senior from Penrose, Colorado, Danny Droll. Droll back into the box to Sohn. Begins his windup. Now here's the pitch. This one's going to dip low and away for a ball. So the count is 1-1 to Danny Droll. Droll wastes no time. Now steps in. Here's the pitch. It's going to be lined up the middle for a base hit. Center fielder Jordan Godman running in. He'll make the play. Droll takes a hard turnaround first. He'll hustle back. And so a 2-out base runner here for the Lopers is now 3-hole hitter Anthony Pacheco will step in. And 1 foot in the box as he looks at head coach Damon Day for his signals. Pacheco, pre-pitch routine, will now step in. Droll short lead over there at first to Sohn. Set the pitch. This one's going to be lined up the middle. And the shortstop is going to come across second base. He's going to make the play where the second baseman usually is. He'll turn and throw to the first baseman, Bragar, for out number 3. So the Lopers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Your score here at stretch time at Rawlings Field, Colorado State-Pueblo 4, the Lopers 2. We'll be right back. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Rawlings Field is the site. Colton Worsbicky here with you as you're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. Pitcher on the mound right now for the Lopers is Chris Sievers, and he will face 9-hole hitter Daniel Vigil. Vigil shows bunt here, and the pitch from Sievers is going to dip low for a ball as Vigil will pull back, and the count is 1-0. Here's the pitch from Sievers across at the letters for a strike, and the count is 1-1. A group of Lopers down in the bullpen, no one warming up. And here's the pitch from Sievers. This one's going to be lined into right field, and it'll get down for a base hit. So a leadoff base hit for CSU Pueblo as Kirsch will throw it in to shortstop Messinger. And now the top of the order due up for CSU Pueblo is number 23, Jordan Godman, will come in. Godman steps in. Sievers looking for his sign. He's got it. Checks the runner at first. Now will come set. Here's the pitch. Godman showing bunt, and a fastball on the outside will be a strike, and the count is 0-1 to the center fielder, Godman. Godman, like I mentioned earlier, from Las Vegas, Nevada. He is 0 for 3 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. As here's the pitch from Sievers. It'll be fouled away. And the count now 0-2 to the leadoff batter, Godman. He has reached base today. He reached on a fielder's choice earlier. As here's a pitch from Severs. It'll be fouled to the backstop. And so we'll do it all over again at 0-2. Godman steps into the back of the batter's box. Severs set. Here comes a pitch. Swing fouled. And so 0-2 again now to Godman, as Godman just trying to stay alive. Godman does his pre-pitch routine, will now step into the box. Here's the pitch from Severs. This one's going to be fouled away once again. So 4 straight foul balls from the center fielder Godman, and the count will stay at 0-2. Severs has his sign. We'll check the runner at first. Now here comes the pitch. This one is away. And the count now moves to 1-2. Godman wasting no time. Hops right back into the box. Severs ready. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be popped up. And it's going to get out. So another foul ball here in this at-bat from Jordan Godman. And we get ready for the 7th pitch of this at-bat. Godman hops in to the batter's box. Right-handed Severs set. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be lined down to first as Brandon Beckel is going to make a diving catch towards the bag. He'll step on first. V-Hill will advance to second, so 1 down. And a great play over there by the Berthoud, Colorado native, Brandon Beckel. And time is called now as Max Ayub, the catcher, is going to head out and talk to Severs. 1 down, runner at second. And the shortstop, Austin Mascaro, comes to the plate. Ayub heads back behind the dish. He'll crouch down, and we'll get ready for this first pitch. Severs settled, check the runner. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, Droll. Droll going to look. V-Hill back to second. He'll throw it over to the first baseman, Beckel, for out number 2. And now the first baseman, Dominic Bragar, will come to the plate. Bragar walked in his first at-bat, struck out in his second, and flew out to left in his third at-bat. So he's 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for 2 on the day. And now comes in with a runner at second. Severs settled. Check V-Hill. Here's the pitch. It's low. And the count is 1-0. We finally have an arm up in the Loper bullpen. It is number 20, Chase Golzo, down there playing catch. As Brager back in the box. Seaver set. Checks the runner twice. Now here's the pitch. This one will dip low for a ball. And the count is 2-0. The big left-handed first baseman is in the box. Here's the pitch from Seaver. Swung at and missed by Bragar. And the count 2-1 with 2 down and a runner at second. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. The Thunderwolves lead UNK right now by a score of 4-2. And here's the pitch to Bragar. It's going to be grounded to the first baseman, Beckel. Beckel going to hustle over. He'll make the play himself for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Pack in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. Your score, Colorado State-Pueblo 4, the University of Nebraska at Kearney 2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicke here with you at Rawlings Field in the beautiful Rawlings Athletic Complex here at Colorado State University, Pueblo. The Lopers taking on the Thunder Wolves. And the Lopers down 4-2 as the first pitch to Max Ayub is going to be bounced to the pitcher, Tassone. And Tassone going to lob it over to the first baseman, Bregar, for out number 1. So we already have an out here in the top of the 8th. And like I mentioned, Lopers down by 2 runs. Designated hitter Kyle Honeycutt will step in. And here's the first pitch to Honeycutt. It'll bounce at the plate. Catcher Shane Fessel able to block it. And the count is 1-0. Couple of arms firing away down there in the CSU Pueblo bullpen, as it looks like closer Wyndham Williams is getting ready. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Honeycutt. Honeycutt, a huge swing and a miss. So the count will move to even at 1-1. Also down there in that Pueblo bullpen is number 25, Tyler Rich, as the pitch from Honeycutt will be bounced to the shortstop Mascaro. Mascaro will throw it over to the first baseman Bregar. And so the Lopers 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 8th. We'll bring up the shortstop, Connor Messinger. Messinger steps in, taps the plate once, and he's ready from the pitch from Tassone. Tassone begins his windup, and the first pitch to Messinger is on the outer half for a strike, and the count is 0-1. And now Tassone begins his windup. Here's the pitch. It'll dip low for a ball, so the count will move to even at 1-1. A new fresh arm warming up in the Loper bullpen. It is the usual closer, number 26, Joe Smith, firing away. And now Tassone ready. Here's the pitch to Messinger. It is low and away for a ball, so the count 2-1 to the shortstop Messinger. Not a team has scored since the bottom of the second inning when the Thunderwolves scored 2 to take the lead. And we've had the same score since, and a swing and a miss from Messinger will bring the count back to full at 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Lopers trail the Thunderwolves 4-2. Messinger back in the box. Tassone, the leg kick, the pitch. This one on the outer half. Shane Fessel tried to frame that one, but the home plate umpire is going to say it was a ball, and the count will now move to full. Messinger in the box. Tassone has his sign. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it is fouled away. So the count will stay at full. On deck for the Lopers, if Messinger is able to get on, is number 6, Brandon Beckel. Lopers 2 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors in the game so far. For Colorado State Pueblo, 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Here's the pitch from Tassone. This one is going to be lined foul into the Colorado State Pueblo bullpen. And a pitcher down there able to avoid getting hit with the baseball. As now we'll reset here. Full count, 2 down. Messinger in the box. Tassone has his sign. Here comes the third payoff pitch of the at-bat. This one's going to be roped down to third base. Manny Mendenhall able to field it. This one is going to be thrown low to the first baseman, Bregar. Bregar unable to scoop it, so Connor Messinger is going to be safe at first base, and time is called by home plate umpire Jason Starkovich. So a 2-out error here in the top of the 8th for the Thunderwolves, and now Brandon Beckel will step into the box. Beckel 0 for 3 on the day, has struck out twice and flown out to center. Tassone set. Here's the first pitch to Beckel. It's away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Beckel, a right-handed hitter, facing the right-handed Tassone. Runner at first and 2 down. Tassone has his sign. He checks Messinger at first. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. This is a fastball in the inner half. And the count will move to even at 1-1. Beckel, checking his signs from head coach Damon Day, will now step into the box. Messinger, short lead at first. Here's the pitch from Tassone, off speed, up, and the count now 2-1. The Lopers looking to make something happen here with 2 down, so they don't have to try and make up 2 runs in the top of the 9th. Beckel back into the box. Tassone set. Here comes the pitch. This one is away for a ball. And the count now 3-1. On deck for the Lopers is right fielder number 1, Brent Kirsch. Coach Day gives his signs, sends Beckel back into the box. Beckel steps in. Tassone set. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be swung at and missed from Beckel. So now with 2 down, we'll see a full count here. And the Lopers trail 4-2. Beckel in the box. Tassone set. Messinger on the move. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be fouled behind. And so we'll do it over again. Full count. Beckel in the box. Tassone has his sign. He'll check Messinger at first. Here comes the pitch. This one is going to be lined into center field. And the center fielder, Jordan Godman, going to take a few steps back. He'll make the catch for out number 3. So the Lopers, no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Your score after 7.5. Colorado State-Pueblo 4. The Lopers 2. You're listening to UNK Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky here with you at Rawlings Field as the Lopers taking on the Thunderwolves of Colorado State-Pueblo. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Lopers, that it is the right-hander from North Platte, Nebraska, number 26, Joe Smith. Smith, the usual closer for the Lopers, has 4 saves on the year and a win in his previous 5 appearances. He's coming in here today making his 6th Loper appearance of the season. And he's going to face the big right-handed hitter, number 34, Mike Wagner. Wagner's 6 foot, 230-pounder from Golden, Colorado. He is a senior on this Thunderwolves squad. As he steps in and gets ready for the first pitch of this at-bat. Here's the pitch from Smith. An off-speed pitch dips low and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Wagner hustles back into the box. Here's the pitch from Smith, and it's a fastball low. So the count will now move to 2-0. Smith looks in. He has his sign. Here comes the pitch. This one is going to be grounded to the shortstop, Messinger. Messinger going to field it. He'll throw it over to the first baseman, Beckel, for out number 1. And that'll bring up, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 45, Jake Berg Rosenblatt, a junior from Los Angeles, California. Rosenblatt did have an at-bat yesterday in which he walked in the bottom of the 9th. And he steps in here to face the right-hander, Smith. Here's the first pitch from Smith. It's a fastball low, and the count is 1-0. Berg Rosenblatt steps back into the box. The pitch from Smith is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is now even at 1-1. Berg Rosenblatt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So the count 1-2 to the big left-hander from Los Angeles. He hops back into the box. Smith set. Here's the pitch. This one on the outside and a borderline call, but the home plate umpire will say it's a ball. And the count will now move back to even at 2-2. Berg Rosenblatt has made 4 appearances this season. This is his 5th, and he'll line this one down to left field. The third baseman, Danny Droll, able to jump up and make the catch for out number 2. And now we'll see the third baseman, Manny Menacall, come to the plate. Menacall, a double in the 2nd, a walk in the 3rd, and a fly out to the first baseman in the 6th. As the first pitch to him is a strike, and the count is 0-1. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Due up for the Lopers in the top of the 9th will be Kirsch, Roaming, and Landanger. As the 0-1 pitch to Menacall is on the outside for a strike. So the third baseman for the Thunderwolves is down in a hole 0-2. Joe Smith set. Here comes a pitch. This one's going to be grounded to Messinger. Messinger going to throw it across to first base. Beckel able to catch it for out number 3. So the Thunderwolves, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the top of the 9th. The Lopers looking to score a few here so we can keep playing some baseball. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Worsbicky with you here at Rawlings Field as the Lopers trail the Thunderwolves 4-2 as we're heading to the top of the 9th. And the closer here for the Thunderwolves, number 42, Wyndham Williams, will come in. Another defensive change here as now catching is number 31, Bo Sobolski. Yesterday, Wyndham Williams threw against the Lopers. He threw 1 inning, gave up a hit, an earned run. He struck out 2 and did not walk anyone. Now his season stats look like this. He has made 2 appearances. He's 0-1 on the year. His ERA is 4.5. He has 1 save. He's pitched 2 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 earned run, hasn't walked anyone, but does have 2 strikeouts. And now it looks like we're going to have a new batter here for the Lopers. It is going to be the redshirt freshman from Houston, Texas, number 7, Josh Estrada. As a right-handed Estrada will step in to face the right-handed Williams. Lopers down by 2, top of the 9th. And the first pitch to Estrada will be a fastball low and inside for a ball. And the count is 0-1. Estrada right back into the box. Williams set. Here's the pitch. This one is a strike. And now we're even at 1-1. Williams making his 3rd appearance of the year, 3rd appearance of the weekend. As here's the next pitch to Estrada. Estrada going to bounce this one to the second baseman, Vigil. Vigil up with it. He'll throw it to the first baseman, Bregar, for out number 1. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Kobe Roaming. Roaming, looking to get on base to turn over this Loper lineup, is on deck as leadoff batter number 32, Brandon Landanger. Roaming, fixing his batting gloves, will now step into the box. 1 down, nobody on. Williams set. Here's the pitch. This one is a fastball at the knees for a strike. And the count is 0-1 to the senior, Kobe Roaming. Williams has his sign, takes a deep breath. Here comes the pitch. This one is low for a ball. And the count 1-1. One down, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Roaming. Roaming going to ground this one to the shortstop, Mascaro. Mascaro going to throw it over to Bregar. Bregar able to scoop it as the throw from Mascaro was low, but a long hop scoop from Bregar will give us out number 2. And now Brandon Landanger comes to the plate with 2 down here in the top of the 9th, and the Lopers trailing 4-2. Landanger, the left-hander, steps in. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be grounded to the shortstop, Mascaro. Mascaro dives. Here's the throw across, and he's going to say that Brandon Landanger was out. And I thought Landanger beat that one out, but that'll end the game and the series as the Lopers go down in the top of the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And that'll be the final. Colorado State-Pueblo prevails by a final of 4-2. You're listening to Loper Baseball on Lopers.com. Coming up, the Loper Baseball postgame show. Hang on, folks. We'll be right back. Hello, Loper fans. Welcome back to Pueblo, Colorado. Colton Wurzbicki here with you at Rawlings Field for the Loper postgame show. The Lopers fall in the Game 3 of the series today by a final of 4-2. The Lopers drop the series 2 out of 3 to Colorado State-Pueblo. The Lopers will head to Central Oklahoma next weekend to face the Broncos in the opening weekend of conference play in a 4-game set starting Friday. The Loper top performer today will be Danny Droll. Droll had 2 hits in 4 at-bats. And the losing pitcher today for the Lopers will be Chris Sievers. The winning pitcher will be Victor Soto. And Wyndham Williams will get his second save of the season. The Lopers got ahead early thanks to RBIs from Max Ayub and Kyle Honeycutt. And in the bottom of the first inning, the big right-handed right fielder for the Thunderwolves comes up and belts a 2-run homer to tie the game. The Lopers fail to score the rest of the game. And in the bottom of the second, the Thunderwolves are able to score 2, and that's where the score stood. So scoring early and often in the first 2 innings, and we remain scoreless through the rest. Let's read the final line score. Lopers 2 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors, as Colorado State-Pueblo scores 4 runs on 4 hits. They had 2 errors. Well, we thank you for listening to Loper Baseball this weekend on Lopers.com. Like I mentioned, next weekend the Lopers head to Edmond, Oklahoma to face the Central Oklahoma Broncos. You can hear that one here on Lopers.com. So long, everyone. Colton Wurzbicki for Spencer Levicki. We will see you next weekend as the Lopers fall today by a final of 4-2. We'll talk to you later. So long.